Good morning, children. Welcome back to our math session. Today we are solving exercise 6.1 of chapter 6 Squares and Square Roots. Let me start. Let's start our next exercise, that is exercise 6.1. Question number 1. What will be the unit digit of the squares of the following numbers? First number is 81. Whenever you have to find the unit digit of the square of that number, we just focus on the unit digit of that number, isn't it? So here the unit digit is 1 and we know that 1 square is equal to 1. So that means when you find out the square of this number 81, it is very obvious that the unit digit of the result would be 1. No matter what the other digits are, but the unit digit definitely be 1. So you can write the answer very shortly like this. 1 into 1 is equal to 1. Therefore, unit digit of the square of 81 is 1. The same way you can write the other answers also. So see second question, that is 272. Here at unit place 2 is there. So what is the square of 2? That is 4. Then how would you write the answer? You can write like this: 2 into 2 is equal to 4. Therefore, unit digit of the square of 272 is 4. Now third number is given 799. So here at a unit place 9 is there. Then what is the square of 9? That is 81. So what is at unit place? That is 1. So see the answer. 9 into 9 is equal to 81. Therefore, unit digit of the square of 799 is 1. Clear? Here we are continuing question number 1, fourth number. That is 3853. Here also we are finding the unit digit of the squares of the given numbers, isn't it? So here what is at unit place? That is 3. Then what is the square of 3? 3 square is equal to 9. So then what would be the answer? 3 into 3 is equal to 9. So therefore unit digit of the square of 3853 is 9. Fifth number is 1234. Here what is at unit place? That is 4. So what is the square of 4? 4 square is equal to 16. So what would be the answer? The answer is 4 into 4 is equal to 16. Therefore, unit digit of the square of 1234 is 6. Now, sixth number is 26,387. Here at unit place, 7 is there. The square of 7 is 49. So what is the answer? 7 into 7 is equal to 49. Therefore, unit digit of the square of 26,387 is 9. Now, seventh number is 52,698. So here at unit place 8 is there. So the square of 8 is 64. So the answer will be 8 into 8 is equal to 64. Therefore, unit digit of the square of 52,698 is 4. Clear? Continuation of question number 1. Eighth number 99,880. Here at a unit place 0 is there. So the square of 0 is always 0 itself. So what is the answer? 0 into 0 is equal to 0. Therefore, unit digit of the square of 99,880 is 0. Now, ninth question. 12,796. Here, at unit place, 6 is there. So, what will be the square of 6? That is 36. So, answer is 6 into 6 is equal to 36. Therefore, unit digit of the square of 12,796 is 6. Last number is 55,555. At unit place, 5 is there. So, the square of 5 is 25. So, the answer will be 5 into 5 is equal to 25. Therefore, unit digit of the square of 55,555 is 5. Clear? Now, question number 2. The following numbers are obviously not perfect squares. Give reasons. Okay, we know that they are not perfect squares, isn't it? We just give to the reason that why they are not perfect squares. So, before solving the question, we can see the first properties. What was that? Perfect square numbers ends at the unit place digit 1, 4, 5, 6, 9 and even number of zeros. Or a number having 2, 3, 7 and 8 at the unit place is never a perfect square. See, first we can see the first number. What was that? 1057. Okay. 1057. Now we have discussed about a few rules, isn't it? That is the first property which help us to decide whether a number is a perfect square or not. So let us quickly recall the rules by looking at the number. How can you say that if it is a perfect square or not? The very first that you try to observe in which is that digit in which the number ends, means that is basically the unit digit. So here if you focus on the unit digit, it is 7. So any number which ends 0, 1, 4, 5, 6 or 9 be a perfect square, isn't it? That is our property. But 7 is not on one of this, isn't it? 7 is not there. Since, so if you are have any number other than these numbers on the unit digit, then that number would not be a perfect square. So we can say that it ends with 7, whereas the perfect square numbers ends with 1, 4, 5, 6, 9 and even numbers of 0. Clear? This is the answer. Now same way you can see the second number 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. Here the ending number is 3. So what is the reason? It's not a perfect square. We know that. That is the question. Means it is already given that it is not a perfect square. We have to write only the reason. Here also the number is ending with 3. So the perfect numbers will end with only 1, 4, 5, 6, 9 and even numbers of 0. Now same way third one 7928. Here also the number is ending with a 8. So this is not a perfect square because the perfect square numbers ends with a 1, 4, 5, 6, 9 and even number of 0. Okay. Now fourth number 2,22,222. Here it is ending with 2. So what is the answer? Because it ends with 2, whereas the perfect square numbers ends with 1, 4, 5, 6, 9 and even numbers of 0. Next number is 64,000. Here it is written means the perfect square numbers are ending with 1, 4, 5, 6, 9 and even numbers of 0, isn't it? But in this question, it is ending with a odd number of zeros. 3 zeros are there, isn't it? So how to write the answer? Because it has odd number of zeros at the end, whereas the perfect square numbers ends with even number of zeros. Now, sixth question 89,722. Here also it is ending with a 2. So it is not a perfect square because it ends with a 2. Whereas the perfect squares ends with a 1, 4, 5, 6, 9 and even numbers of 0. Next one is 2,20,000. Here again the number of zeros are 3, means it is ending with a odd number of zeros. So it is not a perfect square because the perfect square numbers ends with a even number of zeros. Next one is 505050. Here 0 is at the unit place, but only single 0 is there, isn't it? So it is not a perfect square because it has single 0 at the end, whereas the perfect square numbers ends with the even numbers of zeros. Clear? Now, question number 3. The squares of which of the following would be odd number? That is the question. So before solving that, we have to recollect one more property that we already learned in introduction part 1. Which property was that? The squares of odd numbers are always odd and the squares of even numbers are always even, isn't it? So here four numbers are given, that are 431, 2826, 7779, 82,004. So from this, we have to see first which are odd numbers and which numbers are even. What is an odd number? Odd numbers means the numbers ending with 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. And the other remaining numbers means 0, 2, 4, 6, 8 are even numbers, isn't it? So here we can see that number 1 and number 3, that is 431 and 7,779 are odd numbers, that is ending with 1 and 9. So their squares will also be odd number. The remaining question, second question and fourth one, that is 2826 and 82,004. They are even numbers because they are ending with 6 and 4. So their squares will not be an odd number. Their squares will be an even number. So clear? Now question number 4. Observe the following pattern and find the missing digits. So here we have to see the pattern first. Then observe it. Then you can fill easily. See, first one is 11 square, that is equal to 121. Clear? Now next number is 101. Means we have added 10 there in the question. So what changes in the answer? Here 121 is there, isn't it? Starting and ending 1 and 2 is at the middle. But after and before 2, we have added 10. In the question 10 is there. So in the answer also we have added 10. If it is 20, see next question 1001 square. So how many zeros we have added? 2 zeros. After and 2, 2 zeros we have added. 2 is always at the middle. If it is 3 zeros, so then what will come the answer? Answer will be 100020001, means we have to add 3 zeros before and after 2. Same way, next number, if it is 4 zeros, means here it is given 1 lakh 1 square, so here 4 zeros are there. So how many zeros you have to add? 4 zeros after and before 2. See it? Now next question is 6 zeros are there. See, then how many zeros we have to add? We have to add 6 zeros after and before 2. So in the pattern, you can see that 2 is at the middle always, isn't it? So number of zeros are there in the question. That much zeros you have to add before and after 2. So that is the pattern. Clear? Now question number 5. Observe the following pattern and find the missing digits. Same way as question number 4. Here first two numbers are same as question number 4. See, 11 square 121, 101 square 10201. Here third number you see, then only we can see the pattern. Third number is 10101 square. Means second number is 101, then again 01 is added there. So 10101 square. So answer is 102030201. What pattern you can see here? See first one in the question 10 is there. In the answer 2 zeros are there. Isn't it? So 10201. And second one 2 zeros are there in the question in between, isn't it? So you count the answer, 4 zeros are there. So how the answers are coming? First it is increasing, means like 10, then 20, then 30, then decreasing 201. See it? Same way, if again one more zeros are added, means 1 0 1 0 1 0 1. Then it will come like this: 1 0 2 0 3 0 4, then 0 3 0 2 0 1. First increasing, then see 3 zeros are there. You can see in the answer 6 zeros are there. Is there? Yes. So same way, if it is 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 1, then in the question 4 zeros are there. So in the answer it should be 8 zeros. So how it will come? 1 0 2 0 3 0 4 0 5, then 0 4 0 3 0 2 0 1. First increasing order, then same numbers repeating decreasing order. Isn't it? Now next number, maybe it is 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 square. Then how it will come? 1 0 2 0 3 0 4 0 5 0 6, then 0 5 0 4 0 3 0 2 0 1. Clear? It's a pattern. You go through the pattern. If you understand the pattern, you can write any number like this. So clear? Okay. Question number 6. Using the given pattern, find the missing numbers. So look at the pattern. You have some gap at certain places, isn't it? So you have to fill the gaps. So here, if you observe it carefully, you can see some patterns. So let's observe first the numbers. 1 square plus 2 square plus 2 square is equal to 3 square. 2 square plus 3 square plus 6 square is equal to 7 square. First, we observe these two numbers. So many observations are there. So we can see the first observation. What is first observation is that the second term is 1 more than the first term. Like the number in the second term. So here is the number is 2. Then here is at 1. Isn't it? If the number is 3, then the number is 2. So basically the second term is just 1 more than the first term. So this is one thing that we observed. So one observation you can see in every question, you can see that first number means second number is 1 more than the first number. 1 square plus 2 square. Second one 2 square plus 3 square. If it is a 5 square, the next number will be 6 square. If it is 10 square, then next number will be 11 square. Now the second observation. What is the second observation? The second observation is that fourth term means the result that is 1 more than the third term. Fourth term means is equal to 3 square. We can divide it into 4 terms. So 1 square is first term, second square is second term, then third one that is third term, and the result we can write as a fourth term. Then you can see the pattern. Here, third term is 2 square, first pattern, isn't it? Then the answer is 3 square, means the fourth term is 1 more than the third term. Same way, last it is 6 square, then the answer is 7 square. 12 square, then the answer is 13 square. Isn't it? So like that. So that is the second observation. So this is our second observation. So with this second observation, you can easily fill the gap. If this is 21, then 1 less than 21, that is 20. So third one we can fill it easily. So it 4 square plus 5 square plus answer is 21. So third term will be 1 less, so 20 square. So first gap will be 20, isn't it? Now let's move on to our third observation. Third observation is that third term is the product of the first and second term. Isn't it? 1, 2 jar 2. 2, 3 jar 6. You see second. First one, 1 plus 2 plus 2 means 1 and 2. The product of first and second is second. Same way second 2, 3 and 6 means the product of 2 and 3, that is 6. Then third number you see the product of 3 and 4, that is 12. Then fourth product of 4 and 5, that is 20. Isn't it? So now you can see 5 square and 6 square. 5 6 are 30. Then second observation what was there? Fourth number is 1 more than the third number. If it is 30, then answer will be 31 square. So like as we can fill the last number also. 6 square plus 7 square, 6 7 plus 42 square is equal to next number 42, the next of 42, successor of 42, 43. So 43 square. So like this we have filled all. Understood it? If any way you can write, if maybe it is the next number, means it is a 7 square, then how you will write 7 square plus 8 square plus 7, 8, 56. 56 square is equal to next of 56, that is equal to 57 square. Isn't it? The same way, if it is 10 square, the next number is plus 11 square plus 10 into 11, 110 square is equal to 111 square. Clear? So here question number 7, without adding, find the sum. We have to find the sum, but we are not adding it. So it's also one pattern only that you already seen in introduction part 1, the patterns. Isn't it? Sum of first n odd number is n square. So see, the first question is 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9. These all are odd numbers and starting with the 1, isn't it? So you can observe here that these all are the pattern of consecutive odd numbers starting from 1. So how many odd numbers we have? Here count the numbers you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many numbers are there? 5 numbers are there. So therefore n odd numbers are there. Then result will be n square. So if it is 5 numbers are then the result will be 5 square. So 5 square is 25. So without adding you can say that the answer is 25. Clear? The same way next number. First count the odd numbers. How many numbers are there? 10 odd numbers are there, isn't it? So the answer is 10 square, that is equal to 100. Same way, third one. How many numbers are there? 12 numbers are there. So the answer is 12 square is equal to 144. So we are not added. Addition is given there, but we are not added. What we have done here? Here we have done the sum of first and odd number is n square. That is our pattern. We already learned, isn't it? The same pattern we have used here. So clear? It's very easy, isn't it? Okay. Now, question number 8. Two questions are there. Express 49 as the sum of 7 odd numbers. Express 121 as the sum of 11 odd numbers. So here, first number is 49. So 49 is nothing but a 7 square, isn't it? So how many odd numbers will be there? Means n square means n number of odd numbers are there, isn't it? So here 7 odd numbers are there. So 49 is the square of 7. Therefore, it is the sum of 7 odd numbers. So what is the answer? 49 is equal to 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus 11 plus 13. Isn't it? Now, what is second? Second one is 121. So, 121 is 11 square, isn't it? It is the square of 11. So, how many odd numbers are there? 11 odd numbers are there. So, what is the answer? 121 is equal to 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus 11 plus 13 plus 15 plus 17 plus 19 plus 21. Clear? Here is our last question, that is question number 9. How many numbers lie between squares of the following numbers? We have already learned that between squares of two consecutive numbers n and n plus 1, 2n number of non-perfect squares will exist there, isn't it? In introduction part 1, you can see this point, very detailed explanation I have given there. So you can go through the video, you will get it there. Okay, it's okay. Let's see question number 1, 12 and 13. So here n is 12 and n plus 1 is 13, isn't it? So what is the answer? 2n means 2 into n, that is 2 into 12 is equal to 24. So 24 non-perfect square numbers are lying between the squares of 12 and 13. Okay, now second one, 25 and 26. Here n is 25. So 25 into 2, that is 50. Therefore, 50 non-perfect square numbers between 25 and 26. Now third question is 99 and 100. So here n is 99. Therefore, 2n is equal to 2 into 99 is equal to 198. So, therefore, 198 non-perfect square numbers are lying between the squares of 99 and 100. Clear? Okay.